Aloha from Electric Tech. I'm Mike Martin, and today we have the latest hype around Tesla Battery Day expectations. This is our first non-exclusive story today, but you'll always get it rehashed, briefed, salted, and often forgotten right here from me exclusively. So let's see why the whole Nikola fiasco has no bearing on anything we need to talk about. Instead, it appears someone at Tesla is likely getting fired for probably being identified by their gray pants and clean hands when they shot this photo of what is said to be Tesla's new Roadrunner battery cell. So it also appears on the leaked photo that the end of the cylindrical shape is likely sporting a ridge, which is speculated to be the new patented tabless feature of these new battery cells that Tesla has created. What that means, according to the limiting factors Jordan Giesege.
A typical battery cell is kind of designed like this. You have all those foil rolls coated with active material, spiraled like around the core of the toilet paper roll. And then you have one tab coming out the top and the bottom. And those are your positives and your negative tabs. So in order for any electron to get from anywhere in that roll, they have to go round and round and round until they hit the tab and then they exit. That's extra resistance. It also causes another difficulty because you have to weld that super thin foil onto the electrode foil. And that's fiddly, and it's an entire step in the manufacturing process. So what Tesla's done is, what it's looking like, is they've completely removed those tabs, and they've just created an offset on the electrode. And that this effectively becomes your tab on the top and the bottom. And so you can skip the step of welding that tab on, and you can also just jam this right into the battery cell casing and cap it, and then you're done. So it saves an entire step and speeds up the process.
Okay. So this means it can charge and discharge faster with less heat and thus more efficiently. Really good for something like a new refreshed Model S or Model X or both, and maybe a plaid version. But that's not all. Apparently, because the picture shows the battery cell and it appears to be about twice the width or circumference of the 2170 cell, they believe this added girth will benefit the battery, and I'll let Jordan Giesege again explain that.
Tesla moved from an 18650, which is those are just the dimensions of the battery cell, to a 2170 battery cell. And what that did is it allowed them to use 30% fewer cell casings, 30% fewer electrode rolls, 30% fewer welds. So the larger that you can make that cell, the more it speeds up your production process and the more it saves cost. So it's an obvious direction to go, is to increase to a larger cell. As I was saying earlier, the Maxwell dry battery electrode allows the cell to stay cooler. And on top of that, they now have this tabless electrode patent, which also might help a little bit with that heat. And I think if they also use a new cooling system, which has a stronger cooling effect, they should be able to increase the size of that battery cell and simplify the manufacturing process and make the battery pack manufacturing cheaper.
So knowing that the overall size of the battery going to the 2170 already increased the efficiency, and doubling the size with the newer cell may create an exponential equivalent of that efficiency. If you're really finding this video useful, please click the thumbs up to give me a like. It really helps the video get found by other YouTubers, as well as subscribe if you'd like to see more whenever I publish new videos. The rampant Battery Day anticipation is growing by the minute, so for the tubes of yore, expect Elon Musk to deliver his ice blasphemy Wednesday, 1 week from today, with nothing less than new Roadrunner batteries featuring more power density, better chemistry, and more durability and longevity. Nothing is confirmed, but there are apparently signs of 4 new Tesla models in the works. 2 of these may be the new Models S and X Plaid editions. It could be a refreshed version of the S and X along with the upgraded Plaid versions of S and X, causing 4 new models to be indicated, but it could also be completely unrelated to the S and X at all, and could be 4 new versions of a new model being announced. We've heard Elon mention the possibility of a smaller car and a larger SUV down the road. Do you think it could be one of those right now? And which one do you think would be likely to be appearing at this point? I could see how Shanghai might be producing a new smaller version for the Asian market that might eventually come to America once Austin Gigafactory is completed. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. These batteries are expected to be for use in the Cybertruck as well as the Roadster 2.0, and they're likely to be used first in the refreshed models of the S and X. These are both a bit long in the tooth in terms of updates, so to bring them up in line with all the new offerings of the Model 3 and Y in terms of USB ports and possibly a redesigned center console screen. Speculation also tells us that Elon may lay on us part 3 of his master plan. Initially, part 1 was to build an expensive, high-end electric roadster to raise money so he could build a more affordable luxury electric sedan, which was the Model S, which was then used to raise money to build a more affordable sedan, which became the Model 3. Once that was complete, we moved on to part 2, as he called it, phase 2, to expand operations into solar and energy storage technology and further build out additional electric automobile models to span the gamut of uses, which the Model Y most recently fulfilled that. So now they've got the smaller sedan, the more luxury sedan, the larger high-end performance SUV, the Model X, and the more affordable SUV, the Model Y. Beyond those announcements, I am still expecting a small refresh to both Model 3 and the Y. The Y will likely just be announced when the new unibody backend is in place and they now have 2 gigapresses at Fremont, but I'm hoping they'll also update the paint colors for all the models. I would really like to see a green or a light silver, or also offer alternate choices for the interior materials, like getting rid of the piano black fingerprint magnets all over the center console for the Model 3 and Y. Now, there's a lot of new tech out in the battery sector right now, so we can only hope the Tesla team has really found the right chemistry to blow our socks off. So keep your fingers crossed. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Take care.